In the last YouTube video, we went over modern Android phones and their utility as gaming consoles under the FX layer. What that means is you're able to install GameHub Lite, Game Native, and install your Steam games locally onto your device. Since that video came out, Game Native and GameHub have since implemented the utilization of GOG and Epic and Amazon, giving you even more game access and overhead and different tools to play games that have different DRMs. One launcher might have this DRM, another launcher might have that DRM. So having access to different launchers has been great for the Android community, and it has bolstered the amount of support that has been available on these devices. Now, although mobile gaming doesn't seem like something that you could just take anywhere due to the fact that so many systems rely on cloud networks or you need to have the most up-to-date 5G, etc., there are ways to manipulate the existing infrastructure so that way you can map your own network clients and actually proxy your own cloud networks, so it's even easier. To do one at home, all you need is a wireless repeater. You can actually just set up a wireless repeater and then just identify it as its own network. Once you do that, you access it through the individual devices that you want. And when you stream through Steam Link or other things, you won't be touching the network that your other family members are utilizing. This makes it a lot better. But not only that, with FX now on Steam, things like Red Magic are actually becoming more usable, and more people are becoming more susceptible to purchasing the gaming devices, not only for the increase in RAM, fidelity, frame rate, etc., but many of these devices will be able to capture at higher frame rates and do better slow motion captures in the long run as the drivers and such get added to the devices. Even all the way out here at our public park, it isn't too hard to grab myself my Android phone and install my Steam games, and even include Pokemon MMO and other Android games, which means me and my friends can even load up games together while we're here at the park. It doesn't really take much. You don't really need a special phone. You don't have to go far. In fact, you could just go to your local Dollar General. Even when I come out to my new place, I got enough Wi-Fi for a whole entire LAN setup if I wanted to. I would give you guys a whole studio tour, but it's just a bit big. I don't want you guys to get lost. Side. Oh, man. Okay. Well, anyways, it's been a while since you guys have seen the studio, so like what I said with the other Wi-Fi stuff, we're going to be doing my network over this router here. So as I had showed with a wireless repeater, you can actually accomplish the exact same thing by modifying our router. So all this is a router connected to my main modem and router, which is located upstairs in this house. So by sending the internet to this one, I'm able to redistribute it to multiple devices on my network. So what that allows me then to do is connect up my Samba and my streaming PC and able to connect things like this cell phone over to it and use it on its own network. To do that, I'm going to output my own network on the router, and that way my devices can only see each other through this router when they're connected through it. This means everybody that connects to the home router will not be affecting my streaming performance when I'm playing games. My cousin's visiting from Florida, and I've shown this desk before, and many of you guys will recognize this desk as the side projects desk. But he's also learning video editing, and he's also learned how to set up his own mobile network. So how he did it is with this Netgear right here, and all he did was link up our home network that already exists, and now he's outputting his own signal. That signal is being received by his own personal device. This is actually a gaming phone that is utilizing the backbone or a Nikon Bluetooth, depending on what he's playing. And that allows him to connect this to the computer so he can stream his Xbox games that aren't on Steam. And this will allow him to connect anything that is Steam Link. So essentially he's doing the same thing. He's Bluetoothing up this Nikon, setting up a Steam controller so anything that connects up through this will work, and then he's able to play it on this device here. It's pretty much the exact same concept that I showed you guys before, but with just a little bit more nuance. Now, like I said, there's a ton of options for wireless repeaters, but what I'm going to recommend to you is the AX1500 from TP-Link, and this is specifically because it has like the TP-Link Tether app, which is an Android or iOS app that makes it really easy for you to access. Plus, it has a pretty common IP address, and since we were not really doing anything special with these, we don't really need to encrypt. We're just going to be doing cloud streaming, game streaming, and things like that. The IP address is going to be 192.168.0.254 for a TP-Link, and then all you're going to want to do is set it up so that way it has its own SSID, or it's repeating the internet and creating its own output signal under its own name. To give you an example, on my PC here, if I go to Wi-Fi, I turn it on, show available networks, you can see GMRK007, Zephyr Media, and Zephyr Studios. Zephyr Media and Zephyr Studios are going to be the router that I showed earlier in the video, and then the GMRK007 is going to be the wireless repeater on my cousin's desk. A lot of phones really like living on a dock, just like this LG V50, I believe that's what it's called. But as you can see, this is my living room TV, and what's this right here? Game Native, Game Hub, and Dolphin Emulator. So this is actually docked up right there, and if you can take a look here, you can see we got the LG here, and if I unlock the screen, there is this touchpad, and this actually means if I unlock my focus, we have a touchpad for this screen here, and by the power of wizardry, look through the screen, everybody. I'm gonna pick on something. I'm gonna click on Game Hub Lite. Look, it changed. See that? So you actually get like a windowed like experience that allows you to, again, utilize your phone in a way that a lot of people are not considering. So definitely check and see if your phone supports a dock. If it does, I would highly recommend investing in one. They're inexpensive. Yeah. Typical cell phone, I'm outputting it over here via HDMI out of the USB-C into the HDMI. So if I unlock the phone, I'm going to have access to a touchpad. Now if it's not available on your phone, there is a multi-screen option if you pull down from the top left menu, and sometimes you can click on that and it'll give you the option to make your phone a touchscreen. So now that my phone's a touchscreen, we're just going to load up Steam Link. Now this is just the regular output loading up the desktop mode on the device. So Steam Link is just like the typical APK that you would download from the Play Store. It's nothing special here. So it's just going to access my main desktop, and then I can make the app full screen. And as you can see, this is very similar to having something like an HDMI link or something like that from your desktop to another device, but you're reutilizing something that you can recycle, a device that you can pick up from the store very cheaply, and pretty much getting something that you would have purchased like a Steam Link box for $100 back in the day. Just like in the previous video, we are able to just connect up our Xbox controllers using the Bluetooth mode. To access the Bluetooth mode, you hold down the menu button and the sync button at the same time, and you wait for the light to blink at a faster rate. Then your phone should be able to see the device and connect to it like a regular controller. But once we have that and we have the screen mirrored from our phone to the TV, we actually can then just simply use Steam Link on our home Wi-Fi, and we can play games right there off of our phone. You guys again. Alright, so you're probably wondering, what can you utilize these types of things for? And actually, there's a lot of really cool things that you can do, like if you purchase one of these very simple USB HDMI receivers. Now, you don't need a supercomputer to be able to capture video game footage and things like that. And you don't need a supercomputer, especially if you're going to be utilizing a twin PC setup. So if you have a cheap laptop, and if you can get yourself one of these cheap HDMI handhelds, Well, you can actually just go ahead and use your capture card with your dock and just capture your phone. I'm sure you're thinking that these are a lot of pretty normal use cases that everybody with a decent laptop could figure out and do. And that's kind of like the whole point, is that I don't see enough people utilizing this kind of technology. Just being able to carry something like a backbone and a cell phone, or a spare cell phone in most people's cases now, and be able to just connect it up to my buddy's Steam at his house and use my phone as a controller, or use the gamepad backbone as my controller there, or to have a larger home or maybe an apartment with a friend and be able to share an SMB or something like that, or to maybe live with a group of people, and to reduce your electrical costs, you have an SMB and you host your ROMs and you host a Plex and everything like that, so you don't have a lot of money going out all the time. These are the kinds of solutions that this kind of technology provides. And the more granular you get, obviously it gets harder, but if you learn how to do the router or a hotspot, or if you choose to do it with a Wi-Fi repeater, you can then take that technology and you can expand it out to a switch and have LAN, and then you can have WLAN, and then you can have multiple routers, and you can have an extremely wide net all over your property. So if you have a farm or something, you could even have internet all the way in the back of your property in the middle of the woods where you hunt. And that's completely feasible. You would technically be able to, if you with the right technology, be able to wirelessly stream your games from inside. And I think a lot of this technology is very important, especially for those who have laptops and things like that, who might be traveling, to know that they can clamshell their laptop, install Sunshine, and then not require their laptop on them constantly in order for them to just pull out a phone and their game adapter or game controller adapter and just load up Lizard Bite. It's just beautiful here. For some people, the question they raise might still be the console versus PC master race question. However, these days that has been completely usurped by the fact that PC has given us the opportunity to game in more ways than ever before, with more tools than ever before. The fact that I can utilize just a simple old cell phone in order to do exactly what the PlayStation Portal does should be evidence enough that a lot of these console manufacturers are not keeping up with the demands of what the user's experience demands. As we go more into technology and as people become more intelligent with how they use technology, these devices and things are only going to get better and better. So we should take that into consideration when we look at videos like this, or videos that I post, even if it's prototype technology or even just interesting alpha technology. A lot of this is what's going to build the future. So having a good understanding of it on its face right now is going to make your experience with the future of technology just that much better. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Pissing all by yourself, handsome?